Welcome to Brave Healer Productions. It's time to experience what's possible. So, what if there's something you haven't learned yet that could change everything? Welcome, everyone. I'm Laura DeFranco, the CEO of Brave Healer Productions, where we are helping the world experience what's possible. And here today to help me with that mission is one of the co-authors of one of our newest books. This book is called The Wellness Universe Guide to Complete Self-Care, 25 Tools for Transformation. And I have Jean Voice Dart with me here today. I'm excited to talk to you, Jean, about this juicy topic of your chapter.
I'm excited to be here with you. Thank you.
Oh, you know, I love this topic. So before I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Jean, but a huge thank you to our lead author, Anna Pereira. Anna is the founder of the Wellness Universe. Anna, you had such a big vision and mission for this book. You have gathered together a stellar group of expert co-authors to come alongside you and really talk about what I feel is authentic transformation. This book is a gift to the world, and I'm honored to be in your community. So let's talk to Jean a little bit about her chapter. Jean Voice Dart, psychotherapist, teacher, and coach, helps others discover, identify, embrace, and release blocked feelings and emotions through the creative, expressive, and performing arts. And you guys, Jean is her own lead author in the Expressive Arts book, which we'll be publishing soon. I'm super excited about that as well. If you all ever thought about diving into any or all of the expressive arts, get ready because that book is coming. Jean, for the transformation book, tell us a little bit about the why behind the chapter that you wrote.
Why? Well, the emphasis is on journaling and specifically dream journaling, the dream mirror. But I really, really wanted to focus on relationships because throughout my life, I've just been wondering, why is it that sometimes I don't get along with people, they don't get along with me? How do I create loving relationships? I've been through multiple broken relationships and saw my parents struggling, although they were loving, wonderful parents. I wasn't abused or there wasn't anything like that. But what is it? What causes that? And for me, it's always been writing, journaling that really helped me break through those barriers and start looking at myself instead of looking out there and saying, what you're doing is wrong. So that's what it's all about.
It's a little bit of a hard pill to swallow, but it is some of the work that we do when we're on the self-development journey. Look at where we can take responsibility for a relationship. And that's hard sometimes, isn't it? Where would you start somebody there?
Yeah, well, that's why I brought up the phrase dream mirror, because I think when we start looking out there and we see things, whether it's someone getting angry with us, or maybe it's a situation that we don't want in our life, maybe we've lost our job, or we're having health challenges, whatever it is, we look out there. And if we remember that life is a mirror, there are things here happening around us, for the betterment of us, and start looking symbolically, then we kind of start to separate and not be so attached to everything and reactive. And that's what this is about. And that's helped me so much get through difficult relationships, and understand from the viewpoint of the dream mirror. And when I say dream mirror, we can talk about that a little bit later. I mean it much more than just falling asleep. There's different levels. But when we start doing that, then we change. And when we change, then all of a sudden all the relationships that we wanted are there for us.
Mm, the ultimate transformation of relationships. Do you believe that what presents is always a mirror or not always?
I do, but I'm not saying that when we're in an abusive situation or where something's difficult, I'm not saying that we say, oh, that's my fault. That's me. That's not what I'm saying. And I'd love to get into that more, what that means. What it means that in every situation, there's something that's reflecting that, like being coming from a long history of being a musician and creative artist. There's it's like a magnet. We're drawn to it for some reason. There's something there. It's mirroring something for us. So we go into this reflective journaling and we can discover what that is for us. We can also say, hey, I don't, we have our boundaries. I'm not going to accept what you're doing or with this. But there is a mirrored reflection of something in us happening. And when we accept that, possibilities are limitless. Yeah.
I agree that it's incredible work to be able to do that. Sometimes, some days I feel like I can, and I dabble, and other days I feel like it's impossible without a guide. And I know part of your work is guiding people there, because sometimes we just need a little bit of help with the right question or the right nudge. What would you say to people who are struggling?
Yeah, I work with people that are sometimes just severely traumatized, grief, trauma, chronic pain, people primarily, those three categories. And, just heartfelt understanding and compassion for where they are and letting them share that. But we start with ways that are offer so much freedom. And through the expressive arts, we do that. And creative writing is part of the expressive arts. That's why I'm writing about journaling. But once we start just freely expressing, then we can just kind of take a look at that. What is that? What does that feel like to you? What do you see? What do you feel? What do you hear? What's happening? And then navigating through that in a gentle way. Um, the great thing about the expressive arts, including writing, journaling, it's safe and research backed, just really strong research that this shows that it's very, very helpful in getting through trauma. And it's generally helps us go deeper in a fun, relaxed way. And we can try things that maybe we're not experts at and feel comfortable with that. Whether it's grabbing a piece of clay and slapping it down and cutting it up, and molding it, or whether it's moving around the room and just closing our eyes and just letting out some feelings that we don't even know what they are, but so we start there with just starting to feel.
I thought about you this past weekend because I had time to do a little project, and it was with modeling paste, and you use the paste mixed with colors as paint. So the art is supposed to be like a textured art over a canvas. And it was so easy and so fun and so meditative. And I thought about you, and I thought about all the authors, talking about expressive arts. I'm like, oh, I got to do this more often. It was fabulous.
It's fabulous. Yeah.
It is. It's the meditative factor of journaling, or any kind of art project it's really, for me, it takes me into a place where I can relax. And we all need that right now.
We do. In this time that we're living in, there's a lot of stressors out there. A lot of people coming to me and saying, oh my gosh, dude, I can't handle it. And well, let's just do something, and even close your eyes when you're drawing or whatever you're doing, because then the mind's not coming in and saying, well, that doesn't look like a person, you need to fix that, so you just forget about that. Just express. And I love that you're a poet and writer and you're compassionate about that as well, Laura. We have that connection, and that was just so important to me as I was navigating through the teen years and my parents divorcing and other things going on. And just, I tell my clients, they say, I'm not a writer, or I'm not this, or I'm not an artist. And I say, well, okay, just close your eyes, just feel something, write down a word, uh, grab some more words, just throw them down. And it's amazing what I'm a poet, they say. Oh my gosh, I put these little words out there. I'm a poet. I said, that is amazing. That's so profound what you just wrote there. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fabulous. 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 So, okay, in a bigger sense, what does transformation even mean to you?
Well, I look at my life and I think that's my whole life. Yeah. Um, Transformation. It's, of course it's change, but it's more than that. It's evolving, rebirthing, just we go from one level and up level it, and we're moving towards that goal. And each of us has a passion or purpose, a mission that we were born with, whether we recognize it or not. Um, and I think my job is listening to people, and we discover that together usually. Um, but we have that purpose. We have our special, unique spark and talent and fire in our belly. And sometimes we've pushed that down and we've forgotten it. And so transformation for me is that process of getting directed, moving forward to reach that goal, that our mission.
Mm,
Yeah.
I'm enjoying hearing you describe your version of it. It's been really cool to listen to all of our authors talk about what this means to them. And I thank you, Jean, for, I mean, not only for saying yes to this project and bringing your wisdom to it, but um, for really taking that challenge I gave you to put a beautiful, vulnerable story in the book, write your beautiful master tool. I'm going to give you guys a quick sneak peek of the cover as we talk here. All of the unique voices in tools for transformation are one of the reasons I love collaborations so much, because there's just as many definitions of transformation, right? When we need all the unique ways to think about this. For me, I feel like somebody could say something, or I could read something, even a line, and a belief could be questioned or challenged in that one moment. And for me, that could be a transformation of
Yeah.
my thoughts, my beliefs, my right, everything, right in that moment. We could have a new way to look at the world, and that's pretty miraculous to me.
Yeah.
So I want to think a little bit about your chapter now again, and go there. What's the most important thing you want our listeners to understand about, your chapter is the dream mirror, and I want you to tell us, does that mean dreaming, like at night dreaming? And then you talk about reflective journaling for loving relationships. So tell us a little bit about, what do you want us to know about this tool?
This is so important to me. And without this, I would be miserable and depressed. I was like stuck there for so many years. So, just to preface it with that, it's very important to me. And I hope that I can gift that to others and help them if they're stuck in relationships that they keep repeating a pattern of negative relationships and they don't know why. And they might mentally know why. Here I am again. But they're stuck. And so that's why I wrote this. And your answering you about what is the dream mirror. For me, it's not about exclusively dreaming at night, although that's one of the ways that we dream. We also daydream, and we have dreams and hopes and dreams. And we also have what we call the waking dream. And that's what you just described, where something happens out there and you go, oh, and it means something to you symbolically. You see something. It could be something very simple, but everything falls in place. And that happens when we start journaling and we start writing down wisdom that we've received from any number of different ways. And so that dream mirror helps us be detached, because when we write down our nightly dreams, if we start doing that, a lot of times we can't remember much. We might just, well, I remember I was in the kitchen with my mom, but I don't remember anything. That's okay. You just start writing that down. And after a couple of months, other things are happening during the daytime as well. And you're writing down, and then you go, oh my gosh, you're putting it together. I see what the universe has been trying to tell me. And so that's what's helped me, is to stop, reflect, and write. And then I'm not so reactive in relationships. I'm not judging so much. I'm not getting into repeatedly negative situations. I've figured it out. This is what it's telling me, and this is what I need to do. And I have specific examples in the chapter of that in different levels. And the final level is spiritual levels of really tuning in to that, to source, to God, to whatever you call that, through your reflective dream journaling. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it. Oh my gosh, this chapter could change your life, people. So I want you to understand the brilliance in these tools. I challenged each author to put that experience in the book for you so that you could have it right there with their chapter. And Jean did it so brilliantly. I am a fan, as you all might know, about of writing and journaling and how transformative it can be. And I wrote a chapter that's going to complement Jean's. It's called Write Your Dream Life, is also in the book for transformation. Writing is a powerful tool. And I love reading the research and some of the science on it too, like you mentioned earlier in our interview. Jean, thank you for saying yes to this project. Thanks for being here today. Thank you for what you do in the world. I'm so grateful to you for being in this community. And listeners, this is way more than a book. This is a very generous community. People like Jean Voice Start, right there. She's there to answer a question. If you have a question about something you heard her say, or you need some support, come on down into the show notes. I have her hooked up with her website, and she's there to answer that question, carry on this conversation about the dream mirror, reflective journaling for loving relationships. Thank you, Jean.
Thank you so much. And thank you for what you do, Laura. You're incredible, and just encouraging all these people that are in the book and beyond your many, many books. Just thank you for being a world changer. Thank you.
My pleasure. It is such an honor to be in this community, both the Wellness Universe and the Brave Healer community. And Anna and I come together in a powerful collaboration and dynamic way, as do you and I, Jean. Listeners, hop over to Amazon, grab your copy of this amazing book. It's ready for you. We've got the link down below. Lastly, today, everyone, remember, your words change the world when you're brave enough to share them. It is time to be brave. See you next time, everyone.
Thank you.